What is up everyone, it is Sacred Saiyan here, welcoming you back to another video. In today's video, we're going to be exploring what if Goku was in Jujutsu Kaisen. Now, to be clear, I'm not just plopping canon Goku into the world of Jujutsu Kaisen, since he could literally just one-shot everyone. Instead, I'm creating a new character in JJK based off of Goku, and you'll see how when we get into it. If you guys enjoyed today's video, then please subscribe, it is free, and you can always unsubscribe later. If you want to help support me and the channel, then you can become a channel member, and if you want to talk to me and my community, then you can join my Discord server through the link in the description. With that out of the way, let's get into the video. This video begins within JJK0. Goku here is the same age as Yuta, and he is currently participating in martial arts tournament, but he's bored. His opponents are so weak in comparison to himself. Goku easily wins the tournament and walks outside the building it was held in. At this time, Gojo is in the middle of his fight with Miguel, and a giant curse begins approaching Gojo from behind. Gojo powers up a red, saying the curse is in his way. But before he can fire the red, Gojo is shocked as he sees a man jump up and uppercut the curse, completely decapitating the curse as it then fades into ashes. That strength and speed, Gojo's only seen that once before. Could it be Hoji Zenin? But Gojo then sees the man who accomplished this feat, and it was Goku. Gojo has never seen this man before, but he knows he has to talk to him. For the time being though, he needs to take on Miguel, so that is exactly what he does. Things carry on the same, until the events of JJK0 conclude. Goku is heading back to his home, when Gojo appears in front of him, saying him and Goku need to talk. Goku says that he recognizes Gojo. He's that guy with white hair, who we saw fighting earlier. Does Gojo want to spar? Gojo doesn't respond to this. Looking at Goku, but being confused. His body. He's now certain Goku possesses a body with the strength of a heavenly restriction, just like Toji Zenin, but somehow Goku still possesses cursed energy, and a vast amount of it. Gojo then asks Goku for his last name, Goku telling him, and Gojo is shocked. That name, it sounds so familiar. Gojo asks Goku to grab onto him, Goku doing so as Gojo teleports them to a library within Jujutsu High. Gojo then pulling out a book that describes the history of Goku's family, once being a clan which rivaled the likes of the Gojo clan and Zenin clan. However, for some strange reason, the once feared curse technique of the Sun clan hasn't been passed on since the Heian era, but Gojo can see it with his 6 eyes. Goku possesses the technique. Goku doesn't know how to use cursed energy, so Gojo decides to teach him, bringing him into the same class with Yuta, Maki, Panda, and Inumaki, and Goku is a clear prodigy, quickly grasping how to use his cursed energy and even his cursed technique, which is known as 7-Star Dragon, a curse technique which gives Goku a couple passive abilities, but most importantly, gives him 6 key abilities from a Shikigami known as Shenron. And for the 7th star, Goku will have to tame the Shikigami, and then you'll have to wait and find out what happens when he does that. Eventually, we reach the main storyline of Jujutsu Kaisen, and things remain the same until Yuji's death and then resurrection via Sukuna. Yuji then begins training to use cursed energy while watching movies, and Gojo tells Goku to secretly stand on guard to protect Yuji. But eventually, when Gojo comes to take Yuji to the battlefield where he was facing Jogo, Gojo tells Goku to come out, and he takes Goku along with them. Yuji has never met Goku before, so Goku cheerfully introduces himself. But inside of Yuji, Sukuna sees Goku, and he remembers something. This brat. He looks just like him. We then get a flashback to the Heian era, where we see Sukuna having an intense battle against someone who looks very similar to Goku. That being because he is Goku's ancestor, son Bardock. Sukuna is thrilled. This guy, he's the only person to ever push him this much, and he hasn't even fully mastered his technique. However, their battle is coming to an end, with Sukuna being the victor. Sukuna admits that Bardock was the strongest opponent he has ever faced, even giving Sukuna a scar on his face, which he can't heal with reverse curse technique. However, while Sukuna has this monologue, Bardock forms a Binding Vow. This Binding Vow will allow one of his descendants to inherit their clan's prized curse technique technique, which Bardock currently possesses, along with the body of the Heavenly Restriction. In exchange, Bardock not only gives up his own life, but he also gives up the ability for any of his descendants to inherit their clan's prize curse technique until the Binding Vow is fulfilled. Bardock created this vow in hopes that one day, the descendant who fulfills the Binding Vow will be able to defeat Sukuna. The moment Bardock forms this vow, his body collapses to the ground, lifeless. Sukuna is confused. He knew he bested Bardock, and he was about to finish him off, but he didn't think he was that close to death. But no matter, their battle is ended. Sukuna only hopes he can find an opponent that gives him a fight as good as the one he just had. Back in the present day, Sukuna snaps out of it and begins smirking. He wishes to see what this brat can do, and fortunately for Sukuna, that is exactly what is about to happen as Gojo tells Goku to take on Jogo. It will be a good way to demonstrate to Yuji how far he can climb. Jogo is aggravated. Gojo is really pawning him off to this kid. He'll show him. Jogo fires a blast of magma at Goku, but Goku smiles, saying, "Star 1, Dragon's Breath," as a mirage of a red star appears behind Goku, and Goku cups his hands together before quickly firing a beam of blue fire at Jogo's blast. The two attacks clashing for a moment, but Goku's blue flames quickly overcome Jogo's magma, forcing Jogo to jump out of the way. Jogo is furious. He won't lose to some brat. So he puts his hands together, saying, "Domain expansion, Coffin of the Iron Mountain," as everyone on the battlefield is engulfed by the domain, and Gojo explains to Yuji what a domain is, and tells Yuji to watch closely. He is about to see one domain overcome another. Goku then puts his own hands together. Domain expansion, Ring of the Dragon. The green dragon then swallows Jogo's domain, shattering it and bringing everyone of Goku's domain. The domain looks like the inside of a cave, however everything is dark, and Gojo and Yuji seem to be sitting in seats. Yuji would ask Gojo what is going on, and Gojo smiles as lights turn on where everything in the domain is revealed. Yes, they are in a cave, but in the middle of the cave is a boxing ring, which is surrounded by seats. Gojo explains that Goku is so precise with his domain that he can choose who he wishes to fight and who he doesn't. For those he doesn't wish to face, they appear in the stands. So the seats him and Yuji are currently sitting in, and they will be spectators for the fight between Goku and whoever he wishes to face, that being Jogo in this situation. But here is the kicker. For those within the boxing ring, they have no access to their cursed energy or cursed technique, and in a battle where neither the opponent or Goku has cursed energy, the advantage will fall on whoever is most skilled at combat and who is strongest physically. And since Goku has the strength of Heavenly Restriction and is an extremely skilled martial artist, whoever is trapped in Goku's domain will most certainly lose. Gojo and Yuji then watch as Goku begins battering Jogo. Jogo not even being able to perceive Goku's attacks, and he's getting absolutely pummeled. While watching, Yuji would ask Gojo who was stronger, him or Goku. Gojo laughed, saying if he was trapped inside Goku's domain, he'd probably lose, but he could clash with his own domain. Either way, Goku would still give him some trouble if he can get past his infinity. But Yuji asks, would he lose? And Gojo replies, nah, I'd win. And straight after, with a final punch, Goku punches Jogo's head off, and Goku's domain then shatters, bringing everyone back to where they were originally. And Gojo then goes over to question the head of Jogo, but Hanami still arrives and saves Jogo before fleeing. Gojo tells Goku good job, that was certainly fun to watch, and he thinks Yuji can learn a thing or two from that battle. Goku says that guy wasn't all that strong, him and Gojo still need to spar again. Yuji looks at Gojo. Gojo never said they've actually sparred before. Who won? Gojo laughs, ignoring the question, as he said they've had enough fun for one day. Yuji needs to get back to his training, so Gojo takes Goku and Yuji back to the secret location, where Yuji continues training by watching movies. And Gojo asks Goku what he thinks of Yuji. Goku says he thinks Yuji's cool, but Gojo says he means potential-wise. Goku says he thinks Yuji can become strong, and he's excited for when he does. Gojo smiles, saying he couldn't agree more. But with that, we are going to end off this part. Hopefully you guys enjoyed this video, and if you did, then make sure to like, subscribe, and comment down below what you enjoyed, along with any other video you would like to see me do. I want to give a huge shout out to all the channel members. I appreciate you guys so so much for the support, and hope to see you all in the next video. Goodbye guys.